Hi there and welcome. I am Jennifer and I'm here to do an energy reading for the week of August the 28th to September 3rd. I do apologize for not being here last week. There's a really large wildfire close to where I live, and so last Friday, I am so lost on the days. I'm so mixed up. Last Friday, I think I had evacuated my home and was in total flight mode and drove straight from British Columbia to Saskatchewan without stopping overnight. It's over an 11-hour drive straight, and I did it in about 12 and a half hours with quite a few little breaks, like little stops to stretch my legs because I hadn't slept in 2 days. But anyways, enough about me. I just wanted to apologize. So last weekend I was getting over that and just dealing with how really afraid I was of the whole situation. So I'm back in my house now. The fire is still close by. Areas are still on alert, and I still have a bag packed in my vehicle should I have to get out of harm's way again. But both me and Jackson. So, but we're safe right now, and so I'm just really focusing on my gratitude for just everything and all my blessings. And although I am grieving for the forests, the woods, just and a lot of, for everybody, people that have lost their homes, neighbors who live on the opposite side of the lake, and anybody who's lost, anybody who's been impacted. I mean, and all the displaced people and who are still dealing with it. So anyways, so this particular week we have, so yeah, please excuse this. I I've been omitting makeup because it's just one less thing I have to deal with right now, and I missed my hair appointment. So there you go. So yeah, I'm still trying to get back to normal. My nervous system is still not 100% right, but anyways, it'll come in time. So Mercury is still in retrograde, so it's a really good time in this energy, especially with the full moon that we have. This is our second full moon this month. So this is a blue moon, and it is on August 30th, and that is in the astrological sign of Pisces. So it's a really good time with the energies of that full moon, plus with the energies of Pisces. Pisces being such a psychic sign to begin with, to really tune into any messages from spirit. Use your own cards if you divinate with any particular tool. It's a really good time to, if you want answers or some more clarification or some direction or whatever it is from spirit. So and again, with that Mercury retrograde that I was just starting to talk about, it's a really good time to do a little bit more shadow work. If there's some emotions that you haven't quite healed from or let go of, it's a really good time to carve out some space and time for yourself to allow the healing of that. So if you have been aware of something wanting to bubble up, then definitely, and I think myself, definitely, I have some more tears to shed. So I'm sure my eyes look very red from the crying I have already been doing. So, anyways, let me turn this camera around and we'll see what the cards have to say. Okay, so as usual, because we are working with the moon energy and the full moon energy for this week, I wanted to pull one card from the Moonology Manifestation Oracle by Yasmin Bolin, because I wanted to see what energies with this moon we're working with. So the last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. So this is a little bit tidbit about the energy I was picking up on, a little bit of shadow work and what aspects within you are not being seen. And in conjunction with the retrograde, Mercury in retrograde, what emotions might need to be cleared from your chakras that you haven't allowed. So it might even be something that you're not even aware of, but you know that there's something because you remember the event and how it affected you. And so it's supporting that. So this moon, I feel, is supporting this. And I also am just perceiving that is a really good time to journal your thoughts as well, to help process them and bring them up so that your train of thought can help lead you to whatever unmanifested emotion needs to be cleared. So that is the moon energy that we're dealing with here. So the first row here is messages from our higher self. The second row is messages from our ancestors. And then the third row is messages from the Fae. And I really feel the Fae energies right now. I'm not really sure why that is, but I just felt really called to bring them up. So I've already got everything shuffled here. So I'm just going, oh yes, Tower. Oh, don't you love that? Okay, so messages from our higher self. So our higher self is wanting us to know we're in the world, but not of the world. So just to remind us that, we are, whatever it is that we're going through, remember to step back. We are going to get caught up into it to a certain degree because we are having a human experience. We're supposed to, right? We're supposed to, but don't get so bogged down or lost or swept up into unconsciousness, or so that you are led into unconsciousness. Remember who you are. Remember to step back within yourself and take a look at the larger picture and surrender to that trust that you are always safe and divine, and that everything is always happening for your highest good, even though it doesn't feel like it is. So we have the Tower. So the Tower is just meaning, of course, a big change coming, something you've gone through, or something that is really something you weren't expecting, a very sudden change or shift of some sort. And it is not something that you can control. This is something that is outside of your control, but it's having the ability to be flexible. Adaptable is the word, being adaptable. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So it feels to me, I feel like there is a decision being weighed here in this. And I feel there's a feeling of trying to decide what is going to be better for your future, or which path you want to take. And it feels like there is also, with the waves, there's a feeling of being uncertain at this particular junction. It feels like whatever this is here, this change up that is very sudden, that is kind of knocked you off balance, but it's got you questioning your path and what it is that you're doing and where you want to go. And but there is definitely something. And until this decision is made, there is a feeling of being unstable, or the word I'm looking for is restless, and not really being able to, almost a feeling of not being able to move ahead with your life because things just feel really chaotic at the moment. And then we have Temperance. So with this card, your higher self is telling us, okay, so yeah, we've, remember who you are. All this stuff is happening. You have some choices here. This was laid in your path for a reason, because it is redirecting you onto your path in a more clear, precise way. And I believe that's what is happening here. So there's been, a lot of us that have been carrying on, moving forward. But then this thing that came in from the universe kind of blindsided us, a lot of us, and I know what it is for me. And but it's got us questioning, if we're supposed to be on, are we doing what we're supposed to do? And I'm not saying that there isn't, that there is going to be a change. There is a change, but it might even be just getting a lot more firm or decisive or clear and focused on what it is you're already doing, or you are actually changing directions or changing location or whatever it is. But there is something in your life, so it's whether it is your career or where you live or a relationship or something in your life that you are deciding if you want to stay on this path or move. And if you choose to stay on the path, then it is a matter of making it work better for you, or getting more focused on it, or it is a big change. As you know, it could be either way. So again, back to the Temperance card. So I feel like whatever this is, this change up here, higher self is saying this is brought in to bring more gifts into your life. It has cracked you open in a way, causing you to surrender. And if you haven't surrendered to it, if you are suffering through whatever this is a reminder to surrender to it, not to resist the change, because it is happening to bring you into a higher vibration, to bring you gifts that are waiting, that the universe is waiting for you or waiting to give you. And also to bring more balance, I feel, as well. And you have the power to change your perspective. I feel like this card is also saying that it is your power to change the perspective and how you view the situation or the circumstances around you. So messages from our ancestors are the wailing tree, reconciliations. So, and this is very interesting here too. And we also have the Fae is asking us, who do we need to forgive? So there is some, there's been some hurt happen here. There has been somebody has shown, yeah, okay. So I'm seeing a lot here. There is the wailing tree. So, who hurt you? Are you going to allow them to continue to hurt you? Or the situation? It is really up to you. But it is important to recognize the emotions, to acknowledge them, respect them, give space for them, and sit with them in awareness, so that they may be processed and move through the body. But it's just showing that, it is a cycle. It's part of a cycle, a larger cycle of things, again, with the moon and everything. So revealing what needs to be seen as well. So I'm also feeling this feels very much like a relationship, or whatever the shakeup was. For some, it's going to be a relationship or of some sort. I'm still going back to a relationship, but there's something that wasn't obvious, or that you didn't want to look at, that just got kind of like thrown into your face, and there's no way you could deny it. But it happened for a reason, because it wasn't meant to be. It's not where you're supposed to be. But it's also to it's like a reminder, a wake-up call to just into accept things as they are. That people are where they're at. The world is where it's at. It's all part of an evolution to growth and expansion, even though it does not feel like it. And so the moon, again, we have the moon here. So seriously, there is some reflecting here, people projecting situations, how you feel about the situation around you that you have no control of, that is all changing all this up. How you perceive it and how you react to it. Are you reacting or responding? So it's just a reflection of what is happening within you. And I feel like our ancestors are saying, so pay attention to that. So this is going to reveal to you a lot about what's going on to yourself within you, and the parts of you that are still waiting to be healed. And it's also going to reveal what's happening with other people, or again, the world, or whatever it is for you that this is all about. So with this one, I feel like it's interesting, this Seven of Cups. I feel like there is, again, a change of direction, or you are or fine-tuning something. But I feel like you got to be, there's a lot of choices, but you got to, I feel like there needs to be clarity and being careful in whatever it is that you are choosing. I feel like there's one or two choices that aren't what they seem, and that if you choose them without knowing all the aspects of that direction or that choice, then they're going to reveal themselves later to be not what they are, which will create some not conflict, but just, a little whoopsie daisy. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. But I feel like, that whatever the choice is, I feel like you need to be very clear and explore all avenues within the choice that you are drawn to. And if you don't know, then it's a good time to use the energies of this moon, as I had said earlier at the beginning of the reading, to meditate on it and ask spirit or do a reading for yourself for some clarification or direction. And then our ancestors are also saying that it is time to rest if you need it, because this change up and everything, it's taking a lot out of us energetically, physically, mentally, and it is very important emotionally. It is very important to take a rest, take the rest that you need and not push yourself, because you need this time to go within, get very clear in your thoughts, and not be influenced by the outside world. Because of all the happenings around you, there is a tendency to, yes, get swept up into it, as we have been shown here with this card. It's just whatever the energies are right now, we are being asked to step deeper into our beingness and trust that more during this time, because we don't have the answers. We're not, there, it's not laid out for us. There's no specific direction that seems obvious. So it is on the outside. So it is a time to go in, connect with the emotions, release, and get, this will allow some more clarity of thought, I feel, with this, the resting and internal focus at this time. So going back here to whom do I need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. And so this is from the Fae, messages from the Fae. So yeah, whatever this relationship is, is it yourself you need to forgive because you feel like you should have known better, or you didn't see the signs as they were, you didn't want to see the truth? Again, the reflection and how you are feeling about the situation is all about where you are at, and perhaps what needs to be released or recognized within you from an old pattern that you are repeating that perhaps you haven't been aware of in the past. Or just, again, sitting with the acknowledging emotionally how it affected you. But remember, this is affecting you through your beliefs around it, what you tell yourself around the situation. Every experience is neutral. So it's all about the stories that create, the emotion, the suffering. So that's what it's all about. So it's remembering to take that step back, and remembering that you are not the emotions and you are not the stories. You are the soul having the human experience, right? So in that, all your wishes coming true by releasing these, it opens you up. This is, I think, part of what we're being called into, stepping into this week. And with this Queen of Cups, I'm feeling that there is, yes, taking like an emotional maturity step up in the ladder, recognizing your own role in things and getting very clear on what it is that you want to draw into your life. This feels a lot like manifesting what it is that you want to bring in, and getting very, very clear on that, and being honest with yourself once you have cleared those emotions that are holding you back from this particular space. And so we have a 5 of Pentacles here. So it feels to me like there's been a feeling of maybe disconnect in this whole process, there is a dissolution of a relationship or something that you had once enjoyed, or you thought it was one thing, it ended up being something else. So this feels very emotional to me. It is a pentacle, so this is very earthy, but this card just feels like a lot of emotion to me, and it really feels like there's been some hurt here, hurt in that, and this again can be with people, a place, a job, within yourself. It could be something, but there's a feeling of loss with this. And I think spirit is just saying, hey, listen, it's not a loss. It's a change. Things are going where they need to go because of evolution. It's a natural cycle of things. So as we carry on here, we recognize that whatever it is over. We get clear on what it is that we want to manifest for ourselves. Once we have released whatever emotion it is that is stopping us, and forgiving ourselves, forgiving those, adjusting our perception based on the stories, remember that, and taking that step back, remembering that we are not these experiences. We have the Three of Wands. So it does feel like there is a new beginning at the end of whatever this change, this ending. It feels like this week there is an ending to something, which definitely fits into the energy of the full moon. So is the ending of a cycle, the releasing of the emotion, releasing of beliefs, the resting to get clear on where it is you want to go, and then we are moving into a new cycle, a new beginning, and we are dreaming about what it is that brings us passion and where we want to take this into the world, and feeling like things are going to get better. So there's definitely a shift. So some heavier emotions here at the beginning of the week that we are working through, making some decisions, recognizing our role in it, and changing our perception so that we can shift out of this cycle that we are finishing with this moon energy, and beginning something new that looks very positive. So I just want to thank you again for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the little notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload a video. And please have a wonderful week, and please take care of yourself. And yes, I will take care of myself. Take care.